Good Thursday morning to you. Welcome to the Abbeville First Bank Southern Fried Morning Show right here on WZLA 92.9 FM and streaming worldwide, WZLAradio.com. I'm Benji. That's Lacey. Good morning.
Good morning.
We got some very special guests in studio here. Dr. Tim Cowan's in the house. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Great to have you. Kennedy and Alex are in with us as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Good morning. Awesome.
Looking forward to hanging out with you guys. First, let's take a look at our weather real quick here. I know you guys have to keep an eye toward the sky all the time for all the stuff that you do, and it's gonna be hot. There's your weather report. It's gonna be hot. Southern Fried Weather Report's brought to you by Commercial Printing and Graphics, family owned and operated for over 50 years. Commercial Printing and Graphics can handle all your printing needs. Copies, business cards, letterhead, envelopes. They do laser etching, signs, banners, stickers, you name it, they can do it. Commercial Printing and Graphics. Give them a call today, 366-5512. Find them online, cpgabbeville.com. Or stop by their store, 121 Washington Street. That's just off the square, downtown Abbeville. 77 right now. We'll hit 95 for a high today. There is a heat advisory out until 8 p.m. 107 is your heat index today. 97 tomorrow, heat index of 110. 98 on Saturday, heat index 113. Have you ever heard of a 113 heat index around here? I mean,
I have not. I was in Europe for vacation this summer, and the heat index was 113.
Gosh.
Miserable.
Crazy.
The animals on the farm are sweating.
Yeah, I imagine so. Anyway, upper 90s, near 100 for the next week to 10 days at least. Heat index well over 100 for the next week to 10 days. So find some shade, dip your toes in some water or something. It's going to be hot. But there's your Southern Fried Weather Report, brought to you by Commercial Printing and Graphics. So we got a crew in with us here from the South Carolina Governor's School of Agriculture at John Howe. And always great to catch up with you guys. You do so many great things. I had an absolute blast at the big event you put on. Sportsman's Banquet. Yep, that was back in March, I think, maybe.
It was March, yep.
Yeah.
Here in Abbeville.
Yeah, that was at the terrace, I think. I'm going to move this mic a little bit closer to you there. There you go. And so, yeah, I always jump at the opportunity to do whatever we can do to try to help out the Governor's School of Agriculture down there. I remember, I guess, when the transition happened, right? Whenever you guys put the wheels in motion just to make this the Governor's School of Agriculture. And I know that was a huge undertaking there. And I remember you coming on the show really just kind of throwing the idea out there or saying, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we're trying to do, and what we hope to achieve. And, man, it's just been check, 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 check all the way down the line ever since.
It has. That was back we opened our doors with the new mission in August of 2020, so right in the middle of the pandemic. Couldn't have picked a better time in history to open up a residential school for sure.
Yeah. We bought a business.
Y'all bought a business. But yes, our team couldn't put together a better team on that campus. I always say the good Lord's got his hand in that place because if you're familiar with McCormick County, it's the most rural county in South Carolina. So to find really talented people, most of our employees are driving 45 minutes to get to work. We just started our 7th year with the new mission, which, in my opinion, the new mission is really Dr. Howe's original mission, because if you read his will very closely, he wanted to establish an agricultural seminary for 12 boys and 12 girls from the Abbeville district. Yeah. And so really the only thing different we're doing now is we're offering those. We're an agricultural seminary for the entire state of South Carolina. Right. So we're serving all 46 counties.
I think you'd be pretty proud of that.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
I would think so, yeah. So, Kennedy, let's go to you for a second. You're currently a student there, right?
I am. I'm going into my senior year this year.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
How about
Thank
that?
you.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Fort Mill, South Carolina, so not very agriculture based. So it's been such an honor to be able to come here in this community and learn so much on agriculture hands-on.
Yeah. Fort Mill, that's Rock Hill area, right?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Yeah, so Charlotte's spilling over there. And a lot of cows on Main Street in Charlotte.
Not a lot. You'd be surprised. I think the most cow-related thing I've seen is definitely the beef in the store there. So.
Exactly right.
Hey, just brag on Kennedy for a minute. She's a leader on our campus, but she is the FFA president. So we're sitting next to an officer.
There you go. Very cool. What was the draw for you, Kennedy, to come down to the Governor's School of Agriculture?
Yeah, so like I said, I didn't have much ag experience at all. I was involved in my FFA chapter back at home, actually. Fort Mill chapter, shout out, we love them.
Yeah.
And I was kind of in the horse world a little bit, but that's kind of the ground I had in Fort Mill. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I really had my heart set on being a vet. I know it's very stereotypical. A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to be a vet, but I was very passionate about it. And one of my friends who actually graduated 2 years ago and is currently at ABAC, Peyton Bryan, she had told me, did you know there's a governor's school for agriculture? And I was like, no, that sounds really cool. Do they have animal science? And she was like, yeah, there's 4 different pathways. And she told me a little bit about that. She had applied, and I was like, maybe I'll check that out. Yeah. And I had actually met one of our advisors, Mr. Morton, and a couple students at forestry camp for FFA down at the campgrounds in Cherry Grove. And I talked to them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go here. Yeah. And so I went for a shadow day with 2 others from my community. One of them is actually a fellow student of mine right now. We're graduating together this year.
Nice.
But we went down for shadow day, loved it. I sat down in the classroom, and I was just like texting my mom, I have to go here, non-negotiable. And they were like, well, we want 1 more year with you. You can maybe go junior year. That was until I toured their second day 2 years ago. And my mom and dad just saw how nice of a community it was there, how opening they were, and how much opportunities I would have going to that school. Mm-hmm. And I moved in that week.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
So you've been there since your sophomore year.
I have, yes, sir.
That's got to be, first of all, very courageous on your end.
Yes.
You know, leaving home, going somewhere new. And I know, I know there's visiting times and all that kind of stuff, but whole new world, whole new experience. That's very courageous on your part. And I envy you in a way, because when I was your age, I did not have the foresight to go after what I wanted the way you have. So that's very commendable on your end. Dr. Cowan, how many kids or students, I should say, are there this year?
We now have 106.
Wow.
With a waiting list of a little over 60 students with a waiting list. So we're one of our next missions is to build additional dorm space to house those students. We're thinking our strategic plan, by the way, if anyone's interested, is on our website, delahowe.sc.gov. And we're looking at what we think we can comfortably house and around 160 students total. But you can find that on our website. This is the first year we've broken 100. Every year we started, if you remember, during the pandemic, 2020, with 33 students.
Yeah.
Very, very few number of students, but every year we've grown. We've had to renovate that entire campus. If you've ever visited campus, there's 12 total residential halls, and we've renovated 11. We're about to start the final one.
Nice.
And when it is complete, of course, we'll fill it up next semester, or next year, next August.
I had an opportunity a few years ago with the Rotary Club to come down and do a tour.
Yep.
And a lot of the residential houses were done. I don't know how many at that point, but we got to tour those things. I mean, nice, super nice. Mm-hmm. And took us all over the property. Huge, 1,000+ acres.
1,310 acres.
Yeah. You actually took us all the way back to John Delahowe's actual grave is there.
His tomb,
his tomb's there on the property. So that was really neat getting to see that as well. So much history, and just it's like you were saying, it's almost a blessing that land is being used exactly now for its purpose for the last 200 and whatever years.
229 years. Celebrate 230 years on his passing, January the 11th, 1797.
How about that? That's incredible.
Side note, I noticed that Abbeville just put up a historical marker near downtown square, and they used Dr. Delahowe's name on the historical marker, crediting him for naming this the Abbeville District. Mm-hmm. he doesn't get a lot of credit for.
Yeah, it was I guess where he came from in France.
Correct.
I think was Abbeville, France. Really neat.
I want to introduce our brand new principal, Mr. Alex Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Alex has a super long resume. Very impressive young man. Comes to us from Crescent High School, where he served for several years. But I want to turn the mic over to Mr. Alex and let him talk about our mission and vision.
Well, just first of all, beyond excited to be on campus at Della Howe. Well, one of the things you're struck by when you first drive on the campus is just the beauty, just the natural beauty. Yeah. It's a gem in the middle of nowhere. You know, it's when you go through the gates and then you see the green and you see the Della Howe Hall and the renovations that have happened there. It looks like it really looks like a historic college campus.
It could be a movie.
Yeah, it really could.
It really could be the
It really
opening of
could. And
scenes
there
in
have
a
been
movie.
numerous books written about John Della Howe and about the area, but when you come on campus, it's got that feel of a college campus that's in this beautiful agricultural environment. I come from an agriculture background. I mentioned to you before we came on air, the last time I was on radio, I was Kennedy's age, and I was a FFA officer. Like I said, she's the FFA president, so I was an FFA officer going to WRIX and Anderson to promote our FFA program. So to be around young people like her, she's an inspiration.
Yeah.
I've been so impressed with the student body down there. It's just different. The conversations you can have with the young people, it's different. The level of accountability and responsibility and hard work that they have shown already since I've been on campus is truly inspiring. One of our big missions this year is just communication, and we're doing that right now. We're mass communicating over the radio. So just communicating with families, showcasing all the cool things that we have to offer on campus. We have a great communications guy, Mr. Stephen Teeters. He's going to continue to promote all the wonderful things that are happening on campus, on the farm, through 4-H, FFA, FBLA. But yeah, couldn't be happier, couldn't be more excited to be a part of this this mission. Kudos to Dr. Cowan for having the vision to get us to where we are today. But I was going to mention earlier, so 107 kids after this weekend. So we're adding one more, and last I heard, every bed is full except for maybe one. So we have filled up every space currently. So just continuing to grow.
Yeah, the growth and growing the right way. You don't want to just slam 1,000 people in there all at once. The continual steady growth just shows that, it's pointing in the right direction.
We just talked about that with somebody.
Yeah.
I didn't
Brandon
think
Smith.
I didn't think it then, but COVID was almost a blessing a little bit to allow us to start small.
Yeah.
We had to, of course, social distance back then. Every student had their own bedroom, and back then, of course, I'm the type of person I won't. Let's have 100 kids here now.
right.
But being the only school like this in the country, we didn't have anyone else to lean on for questions, right?
Yeah.
And so it was nice to kind of start slow and learn our problems, fix the mistakes, and Lord knows we had plenty of mistakes at the very beginning. With the mission change, we had to have employee buy-in, and that was tough back then. But we've got, I think, 100% employee buy-in now. I wanted to mention a few quick stats from the last 6 years.
Love stats.
Yeah, I'm a stats guy. So our first, we started 2020, but we started with 10th and 11th graders, so we didn't have a senior class that first year. So our first graduating class was 2022.
Okay.
We now have 136 alumni.
Wow.
How about that?
Who have graduated there in the last 5 years. Collectively, I want to brag on those alumni really quick. Collectively, they earned over $2.5 million in scholarships.
Wow.
Out of 136 kids.
Wow.
So they are, the majority of our students, you heard Kennedy just now, much better public speaker than I'll ever be. And she will be a much higher wage earner than I will ever be. So I'm going to ask her for a job one of these days. But,
right.
All of our students, you hear her, she's just an example of the rest of our students. I'm just really super proud of those students. Renovations are ongoing. The last time you came with Rotary, the main building on campus called Della Howe Hall, it had sat vacant for years, holes in the roof, auditorium, beautiful auditorium, by the way, just an unusable building. We just finished renovation on that and moved students' classrooms there back in January. I want to invite your listeners to come tour campus. We do church tours often. We have a lot of folks from Savannah Lakes Village who come tour. We host business department head meetings, that kind of thing. If they want to kind of a retreat and get off their main space, they can come down, and we have plenty of space for them to meet. So I want to invite your listeners to come see our place.
Yeah.
Come see it. I know it's a
beautiful.
little drive, but we can provide lunch at a low cost and that kind of thing. So I want to invite folks to come see what we've put together the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful down there.
Have you had any alumni want to? Because I mean, this got to be a special experience because this is not regular high school. Are they involved back into the program? Any of them?
Oh, yeah. Well, our oldest alumni, of course, are now only probably, 22 years old. So from that first class, they're just now graduating. Our first graduating class from us are just now graduated college.
Okay,
So
yeah.
a lot of them are now in graduate degrees. Trey Haddon, I'll have to throw his name out there. He has Abbeville County roots, by the way. Some of his family lives in Abbeville County and farm here. But Trey finished Clemson a semester early, made the president's list, and is now at Auburn University studying meat science, I believe, at Auburn. So he's on our alumni board. So to answer your question, yes, they are involved. At our large event like Ag Fest, I tease them a lot of times. I said, I see more alumni than current students. So sometimes, definitely.
That's awesome.
They are coming back.
That's awesome.
Special place for them.
Yeah, and I've noticed it is
Meat science.
It's amazing to see just already this year some of the seniors that graduated that are, you kind of have to go out of your way to make a trip back to campus. And I've seen several students that as soon as they come back on campus, everybody's coming up giving them a hug. They're going to see all their former teachers. The students are excited to see them. So that's not typical.
Right.
And
Yeah.
especially to travel that far just to say, hey, I'm about to go away to college, but I wanted to have one more opportunity to come on campus, say thank you.
Yes. That's
it really
huge.
is special. Yeah.
What's the I'm sure you get applications from all over. Are you seeing mostly local-ish students there?
We're statewide.
Yeah.
Our first probably 2 years, it was heavy upstate. As we grew more mid-state, and now we're low country, and we've got the PD region of our state was kind of the weakest area, and I always kind of credit that to that's the most agrarian area of our state, and those parents want their kids home to work.
Yeah.
But no, we've added several from the PD this year, especially. So we're statewide now. We actually have a few out of state, one from Alabama this year, and maybe one from Georgia, one from North Carolina.
Yeah.
We had one young lady graduated 2 years ago from Florida. So we're touching the Southeast, and our graduates are as far west as Nebraska, University of Nebraska. We've got one in Alabama, Kentucky. So we've got the Southeast pretty covered up.
Yeah.
Of course, a ton of our students at Clemson. I think we have 36 graduates at Clemson University studying ag.
They wouldn't let me in.
They wouldn't let me in now.
Yeah.
The requirements are much different than
Crazy requirements now. Kennedy, if you will, kind of give everybody a little peek behind the curtain, if you will. What is a day in the life? Like a random Tuesday when school's in session, time you wake up till you're done, what's it look like for a student there at the Governor's School of Agriculture?
Yeah, absolutely. So my roommate and I have a perfect schedule figured out for this year. So we both wake up at 6:30, and I'm the type of person, I like to just stay in bed a little and slowly get up. She's the type of person, the moment that alarm sounds, she's up and turning on the light, which is perfect for me because that gets me up. So I'll get up at 6:30, and then we leave the house around 7. When I have my heifer down there, because I do show cattle this year and last year, I'll go down, feed, make sure that she has hay, water, just pick out her stall a little, and then I'll go up for breakfast. We all have our little tables, and we all just talk for a bit, pick on our breakfast. We have a great coffee machine.
Let's tell them about the school food. It's not typical school food.
Yes, the school food's pretty great.
Yeah.
We have lots of options. We have
I'm
a
not
yogurt bar.
convinced.
I promise. Coming from a career in public school, it is not.
Go back to the coffee machine and tell how we got that. Okay?
Yes. So a couple students and I, we actually went to Clemson University and their football facility to have a petting zoo for their football players and staff.
What?
My cow, this is my biggest, like, two truths and a lie, but my cow was pet by Dabo Sweeney.
And his wife.
And his wife. So we were there, and we had the opportunity to have dinner at their football center. And Layla and I, she's also from the Fort Mill area and also shows cattle, we discover the coffee machine. And this was not a normal coffee machine. This had all the flavors, a menu. You just pick out what you want, click on the little button, and it gets you some very fancy, nice coffee machine. And so all the students start flocking to it. We're just lining up for this coffee machine. And Dr. Cowan,
Was it like country come to town? Like,
Yeah, exactly what it was. I was like, out of this whole facility, that's what y'all focused on? You got Dabo over in the corner, and they're over here at the coffee machine.
Dabo World,
Yeah.
national championship trophies.
Yeah,
and
they're at the
stuff,
coffee
man.
machine.
And
love
Dr.
that.
Cowan
Y'all
makes
look at this
the
latte.
joke. Dr. Cowan makes the joke, oh, maybe we'll get one. And Layla and I are just, oh, please let us get this coffee machine. I think we nagged him about
They didn't let me
3
forget it.
times that year. Are we getting the coffee machine? Is it coming? And it appeared in our cafeteria, and oh,
How about that?
it is the
the
best.
same one?
The same
The same
one.
style. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, but
The Clemson facility, I think they had 3.
Yeah.
Because their players can come through.
Dabo
through the
World
line.
is
Yeah, Dabo World.
impressive. Been through that a couple times.
For
It's
you
nice.
Clemson fans, you need to tour if you never have.
Yeah.
For you Carolina fans, sorry, but I need to tour too.
But
Sorry, we got off topic on the coffee.
Yeah.
what kind of coffee machine is it?
Yeah, the breakfast is great. Lunch is great. But anyway, go ahead, Kennedy.
So after you've had your coffee from your fancy coffee machine, what's where you headed to next?
yeah, so I'll usually go to first block. This year for me, my first block is prop and stats, but it is dual enrollment. That's another great opportunity for our schools. Our students just can rack up on that dual enrollment.
You just lost Benji.
Yeah, Prob and Stats. They wouldn't even let me walk by that classroom when I was in school.
Yeah, so I'll go through that class. And another opportunity we have is actually my second block, and that's our campus kind of hands-on learning. It's either Aggieship or work-based learning, and that's students to be able to almost work either on or off campus with kind of their interests. So I'm actually Dr. Cowan's intern this year.
Nice.
So I've been able to learn a lot about leadership, and it's a great opportunity. So that's my second block, and then I'll get to walk over back to my happy coffee machine and have lunch, which is also usually great. I'm quite excited for today. It is the fry bar.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
gonna get some French fries with my coffee. And
Oh,
then
metabolism.
Yeah.
then after lunch, we have a little period called enrichment. And that's kind of just set aside for us to get caught up on work on college applications, especially for me, that's a big thing. Work on our SAE, which is almost our passion project on campus. It's our supervised agricultural experience. And every student has the option, or every student does one. And it's kind of just, you have an idea, we'll get it done. So it's a really great opportunity to kind of have your project whatever you want. And we do present them at the end of the year to our teachers and the rest of the school, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll have that time to kind of work on that, pick at that
What's yours?
presentation.
What are you working
Mine
on?
is diversified livestock. So it's working with and showing my cow, as well as I do the lottery market hog project. So I've done that for 2 years so far. So working with those.
Very cool.
How long is a class?
So classes are about 85 minutes, but I wanted to touch on just for your listeners that don't know what a SAE is. Education, every walk of life has all these acronyms, but the SAE, the Supervised Agriculture Experience, to me, that's what learning really should be.
Hands-on.
It's hands-on.
Yeah.
I'm coming up with an idea. I'm coming up with a project. They can even make money off of their project. So it's like I come up with this idea, and then I figure out how to get it done with the help of everybody. It could be farm staff. It could be their parents at home. It could be local business folks. Any of the teachers, students can collaborate and work together. It could be anything that you can imagine under the agriculture umbrella can be an SAE. So you might have a kid working on a wildlife project, a forestry project, an animal science project. It might be we've got a couple of construction projects. We've got some kids that are going to do, that are going to work on equipment. So just wanted to throw that out there. I really think when you boil education down to what education should be, education at its finest, I mean, that's really what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
To piggyback on that, our students are not stopping after fourth period. They have a fifth block class, and so everything he's talking about is after school. The SAE projects, that comes after school. So we keep these students busy all day long.
So what you're doing with school, what do you normally do?
Yeah, so this year we actually just started our fifth block, so it kind of just gives students more of an opportunity. If they don't have an animal on campus, they can still go out with farm staff and help out around the farm, or go work with their animal, which is what I tend to do, is just go down to the show barn. My heifer has not come yet this year. She actually comes tomorrow, so I'm quite excited. So I've been going down to the farm office, and I've been wanting to learn a little bit more about cattle management and management decisions that you can make. So I've been talking to our ag liaison, Mr. McAllister, and he's been helping me out with that, setting me up with opportunities. Another student and I are working on taking pictures of all the cattle to update our Farm Bright account, so we have those new pictures of all the calves and everything. So, yeah, they definitely keep us busy, but busy's good.
Yeah, busy is good.
So just going to throw this out there. This is probably the only school in America where after school you're getting updates from, farm staff and different teachers, and they're like, I got all my goat kids. All my goat kids have reported for duty. All my rabbit kids, got all my rabbit kids, they've reported for duty.
Yeah.
All my horse kids, they're all out at the equine center. So that's the only place where you get those kind of messages
right.
after the school day.
So how do you have an animal? How does that work?
Yeah, so if you don't have an ag background like I do, we actually have people who come all over the state to lease their animals to us. This year we have the Black Springs Farm. They're bringing about 6 to 8, I think 8 heifers for students to be able to show, which is a huge opportunity. I actually have been working with them a little on the off season and showing with them some more. So there's some great people. But yeah, we have people just come in and let us practically borrow their animals, and we get to work with them ourselves, feed them ourselves, work their hair. So we have some great guidance there.
Okay.
And
And there's also students who bring their
Yes.
animals from home that show with their family farms. We have, of course, the equine center. We have several students, at least 10 students who bring their own horse. The rule there is they have to compete in something. They can't just bring a pet.
Yeah.
So those students are either rodeo students or hunter jumper type kids, different events. But after school at our school, a typical high school, I student taught at Abbeville, by the way, under the great Mr. Fred Raines.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Back in 2004, so I have that connection with him, and I hope the listeners.
2004, I was there.
I hope he's listening, and Mr. Raines, I love you. I appreciate your guidance over the years.
Yeah.
But
He's a good man.
He's the
a
best.
typical day at Abbeville when I was student teaching there, or Crescent High School when I taught ag there. Students are going everywhere practicing football, or whatever. Our students are barrel racing, and
Yeah.
so it's fun to see after school what's going on there.
Yeah. And what a unique student experience. I would feel like that a student there wouldn't feel. I mean, sometimes you're in class, you're in school, you're just moving from classroom. You feel confined. There's not a lot of freedom, amongst any of the students there. But this has got to feel just like, man, I'm on 1,300 acres. This is just as free as I want to be out here, right? Yeah.
And our expectations of students are a bit different than a typical school in that they have to be very mature. And we take discipline.
Well, there's a whole, I guess, vetting process, right?
Right, and the responsibility level. Obviously, we have high standards, but just the responsibility level of the students is amazing. But at the same time, sometimes they're participating in things that are dangerous. They might be operating heavy equipment. One of my first times on campus, I was amazed. I walked out back, and there were students on. One student was on a skid steer, and another student was on an excavator, and they were doing a demo project on a building. You know,
That's what I would sign up
Yeah,
for.
I mean, it was amazing. It
Take
was
out some
amazing.
aggression.
Yes.
I mean, you have students that are going out. There's an outdoor recreation class, so they might be going out in the woods, or they're going out on kayaks and canoes.
Yeah.
Or you have, Kennedy mentioned Mr. Morton earlier. He might be taking a wildlife or a forestry class on side by sides out into the forest, and so they're going to have to be able to stay together. Listen to instructions there, so they can be off the grid. So it's an amazing experiential learning environment that I don't think you can find anywhere else.
What ages are you accepting in right now? What grades?
Grades 10 through 12.
10 through 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for interested listeners, if you have children, grandchildren, interested in school, just go to our website, delahowe.sc.gov. Follow us on social media too. We're all over Facebook, YouTube. We have our own podcast called Carolina's Field, Forest, and Water. On Instagram, follow us on those. And I know we're getting thin on time, but I wanted to give a quick plug on one of our goals is to become 50% self-sustainable, meaning that we're going to grow at least 50% of what we consume in our cafeteria on our campus.
Nice.
And one way we're going to get to that, a lot of folks in this area have probably heard that we received funding from the General Assembly of South Carolina, who I also need to give a plug to. Thank all 170 of them for supporting us, because we're 100% state supported. We received the funding last year to build a meat processing facility, which will be used for a few purposes, obviously to process meat. First, educate students in that business. It is I hate to say the business is going to the wayside across the state, so a lot of our livestock producers are driving to Georgia, North Carolina to process their animals. I know we have a few local, but some of those have a year waiting list to process a steer. So the need is there. So first, we'll train our students how to do that industry, so they can go back to 46 counties in South Carolina to do that industry, even without a college degree, and make a really good salary.
Yeah.
Secondly, I think Abbeville County is a huge livestock producing county. I hope that some of the farmers in this county will utilize this facility when it's up and running. It will be USDA certified, so farmers who bring their livestock to be processed there can package it and resell it here under 100% legally. I know a lot of places that you process are not USDA certified, so technically you're not supposed to resell it. And a lot of times you'll see not for sale on those labels, but this will be USDA certified. So that should be online. I don't want to paint myself into a corner because the building process is pretty slow in the state system with approvals and things, but probably in the neighborhood of early spring of 2028 is when that will come online. So pretty much just this whole next year, and then 16 months or so, 18 months.
There's so many paths that you are affording these students, and just different opportunities in the agricultural world, but not only that, in the business world. I mean, literally, you just said, hey, you can take what you've learned here and you can go back to your county or just somewhere else and create a whole packaging plant that you could know just from the knowledge that you're getting right here. It's absolutely incredible.
I know consumers who are listening right now are tired of paying $15 plus for a ribeye steak. So once you process this, farmers can process the steer at our campus or wherever, and if they're selling the entire steer for $10 a pound, the consumer's getting a deal, plus the farmer's getting more than he or she would at the auction, for a live calf. So I want to also throw the little pitch out for the Vets Lab. McCormick County did not have a veterinarian's lab, our veterinarian clinic within the whole county. So we really wanted to start working with Clemson University so we can train our students. Of course, they're building the state's first vet college. I'm very fortunate to hire she's part-time, Dr. Julia Larson, lives in Savannah Lakes, but she is going to be open. We have a grand opening, and I don't have the date in front of me, but if you follow our social media, you'll see the grand opening of our Vets Lab coming up in a couple weeks. So we're really happy to train students there and also serve the general public at least one day a week in McCormick County.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Have we left anything out? You got anything else for us there, Kennedy?
I think Kennedy's going to be I was asking her, I thought she was going to be working at the vet.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah. I'm going to have the opportunity to go down about once a week, second block, whenever she's actively operating and
Yeah.
be able to help her out with that. So I'm excited.
Invaluable experience there.
I
Very,
don't think there's
very.
any other high school in the country that has
No.
meat processing facility and 1,300-acre working farms.
You know, just for me
Very special.
personally, you know, and I didn't learn this, you know, until I guess I was an adult, but the hands-on, you know, I learned, you can tell me something all day, I can read it all day, but until I go put my hands on it, I don't fully understand it. You guys are getting that right off the jump, and that is just, that's just
You're
incredible.
going to be light years ahead of
Oh yeah. What
all of us.
You said you use some of your time there to like apply to colleges and stuff. Where are you looking to go?
Oh man, too many to list, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What's the
But,
dream?
The dream? So right now, my current path is I want to work in law and policy, just be able to advocate for agriculture a little more. Unfortunately, it's underappreciated and underrepresented in our country. So that's what I'm currently working towards. So I want to go to a school with law opportunities and a really good law school to eventually bridge into, hopefully. So.
You can say University of South Carolina. It's okay.
She already admitted it.
No, yeah. But that's great.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, there's schools all over. I think USC is my in-state option, but I'm looking at a couple up north in like Ohio State, Pitt, Penn State. The dream would be NYU, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
From McCormick County to NYU. It could happen.
Yeah,
It could
it
absolutely
absolutely
happen.
could. I love saying, why not me?
Yeah.
So why not you? Why not you at NYU?
Yeah.
it's just a very competitive school, so we'll see how applications go. I'm currently having my essay reviewed, so I'll get the notes on that and get to applying, which comes the scary wait, but
Yeah. Well, they'd be lucky to have you
Yes,
at,
they would.
Thank you.
at NYU. So,
How many other high school students do you know that can communicate?
yeah, rare. It's rare.
Very rare.
Very rare. Very, very rare.
And we've tried.
Any closing thoughts, anybody, before we jump out?
Man, it's an amazing place. So, Dr. Cowan threw it out there. You know, if you're a elementary school teacher that wants to get your science class out to campus, or you're a retiree that's looking to get involved, I think just come on down and see what it's all about. I think people, as soon as they get on campus, they understand. So until you see it, you can't really believe it.
Yeah.
Kimmy, you got any last words?
yeah, it's just an amazing opportunity. I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's brought me so far in life. Like back at Fort Mill, I don't know if I could stand up on a stage and talk about my life and what I do. And coming here, I've been able to network so much, meet so many important people who have really helped me on my way to college and through my high school career.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a great opportunity. Like I said, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah. Dr. Cowan?
My closing comment is we've talked about how beautiful the campus is, what all is going on there, but what makes it the most special is the people there, our students and staff. I just want to shout out to our staff who, like I said earlier, many who drive 45 minutes to get to work every day. We love y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, and they're the reason that our school report card has ranked excellent the last 3 years in a row is our staff. And I told our students this morning in we give morning sermons, and the most successful people I've been around don't use the words I, me, my. They use we, us, and are inclusive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the culture we've tried to build there, and it's been successful the last 6 years and entering into the 7th year. So I just wanted to thank our staff and students and parents.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having us.
Absolutely.
We 1,000% believe and back your mission, the vision down there. Like I said, it's a beautiful, beautiful place, and man, just wish you guys nothing but the best down there. And if you ever need anything, the doors are always open
Thank
here.
you.
Absolutely. All right, we're past our break here. Let's jump out, take a quick break, and we'll be right back and wrap up this Thursday edition, the Abbeville First Bank Southern Fried Morning Show.